Hello and welcome to my stupid mistake. Look at my points. 1268, I'm 18th in the world, and then I did a restore after buying a car, and this is what happened. You get a penalty all the way down to 100 points. So I thought I'd show you guys, how do I get from 100 to 1,000 points? You know, normally I'm going from 500 to 1,000 points, and I can do that pretty quick. Now, this is later in the week, because the real sucky thing about falling down to 100 points is it's hard to get races. Oftentimes you're racing one guy, you do a few of those. Oh no. Okay, when you get a penalty like this is horrible. I'm going to explain this more in a second, but you get two tires off track and that'll undo your penalty. As you can see though, I couldn't do much with it. Usually I do training before I go into online multiplayer, and not a lot of training, but usually what I would do is I try to get this car. See, well, it's Lime Rock, and so I can't actually race this car in Lime Rock. Okay, so usually that's what I would do. So like, let's say I was going to be at Dubai Autodrome. I would go into the series where this car appears and just do a few laps and figuring out my braking points and acceleration points. However, I'm racing people who either also got penalties, they'd be very low on points, or they lost a huge amount. They're probably not very good. So that's who I'm facing at first. So I'm just going to figure this out on the fly. And interesting track. So you're watching me learn this track in this car with no practice. So I know this corner's full throttle. Now I know in a handful of cars I can take this corner full throttle. So no, obviously can't on this car. And then this last corner, I'm sure I can take full throttle on this car. But looks like I don't know about that other corner. Maybe I just didn't take it correctly. We'll have to see. Usually I'm braking earlier for this. That's where I ran into trouble on the very first lap. I was braking way too early, and that just caused a mistake. And yes, I'm lapping people. Oh great, he's driving like a goof. That can be really annoying, because when you finish a race, it gives people a lot of time to finish the race. So sometimes I'm waiting another like 3 or 4 minutes or 5 minutes for a race to end. I'm not going to make you guys go through any of that trauma. Or sometimes it can take 5 minutes to even get a race. I'm not going to make you go through that trauma either. We're just going to zip through like that. So you're going to see, okay, that was 2 minutes and 2.5 seconds about, and I gained 41. Wait, what? I gained 91 points? Oh, yeah. So I forgot to show this part. That, well, because it's boring. The first couple of races I got only had one car in them, so I just quit the race and left it. I didn't know I could go even below 100 points. Okay, so I was actually lower than 100 points. Oh well, I'll keep the video title the way it is, 100 to 1,000. That just looks better. So one of the problems with this game, it's both a good and a bad thing, and I'm going to get into this later, much later. But they want to put you in a race with cars, with racers who have similar points. So if I've got 100 points, I'm not going to get a race against someone who's got 1,000 points. Wish I could, but I won't. They're going to group you in with people who have similar points, or at least with like maybe within 200 points of you. And there is reasons for that. So like, oh nuts, I did it again. That's an inside corner. So watch, get 2 tires off track, and I get my speed back. But you got to keep 2 tires off, 2 tires on. Weird little trick. I don't know why it works, but that's how you get around a penalty. And yes, people exploit that, and it's very tempting for me to exploit it more, but I try not to, because I don't like stealing points from people unfairly. But people will do that at some circuits to cut corners without penalty, and that can be frustrating. I actually had a couple of races like that with a guy at Monza. He kept cutting the first corner, and I still outraced him and beat him. And eventually he would just quit the race as soon as he saw it was me. And that was great. That was before I accidentally reset my OMP, my online multiplayer score, by doing that restore. So this happened because I was making my most recent video to show you the Formula 1 upgrade costs. I don't have any cars yet. I'm waiting for the Ferrari as my first car. So I bought the car, bought the upgrades, did a restore, totally forgot that there's a penalty for doing that. And oh, I felt stupid. I was trying to throw my car sideways and I forgot. You just can't do that with this car. So here we see I'm climbing up the ranks. Let's see what I got there. Okay, up to 230. We're getting there. Eventually, you start getting a lot more people in the field as you get closer and closer to 500 points. You start getting, like even this, those are obviously some people in the loaner car, which is the VW. And I mean, that's absolutely, it's not going to be in contention at all. The Volkswagen, I mean, it's got good grip, but it just doesn't have the acceleration or speed. So this car's got great grip as well. So I'm still trying to dial in these points. So far, I'm not racing against anybody that's really good. Or maybe they are good and they just have low upgrades. But for now, I'm going to try to hone my skills. I'm doing a short braking point there. This should be full throttle, but you got to take the turn really early. Beautiful. Now there's a road that comes in from the right in a bit here. That's my usual braking point. I think I could push that. Oh, pushed it too much. Now that's an outside corner, so very small penalty for that. It's the inside corners you get a huge penalty. So I'm trying to figure out, I'd like to be full throttle through this corner and the next corner, and then just have that one short braking point. I'm wondering if instead of braking, if I could just do a short lift for this corner. I'm not really sure if I want to try that yet. That's pretty good. That's pretty fast. Okay, I'm getting better, I'm getting better. You got to really hone your skills, of course, because eventually I'm going to be facing some fast people. Right now, I am not. And we'll just see. Oh, there's somebody. I'm going to start lapping people again. It's pretty rare that you lap people in online multiplayer. There's only a handful of tracks that you see 3 laps. This is one. Monza Junior is another. I think the Red Bull Short Circuit is another one. Oh, I tried it full throttle again. Obviously that won't work. Oh well. Well, looks like I could have lapped the entire field. No, there's one guy that's way behind me. Could have lapped a lot more though. Anyway, still, another first place. That's awesome. I don't quite know how this algorithm works. You get a certain amount of points from the other people, but it also depends how many points they have. And then I think you get a certain amount of points just for winning. But you're going to see that it doesn't necessarily always work that way. I'm sure I'm going to have a race like that where sometimes it's really frustrating. Sometimes you win a race and you get nothing. So that kind of sucks. Okay, Bugatti circuit. I'm pretty experienced here. I did no training in this car at the Bugatti circuit. So I'm going to guess at the braking points. Now, when I'm guessing, you're better off to guess too early than too late. That makes sense, right? If you guess too late, you go flying off track. If you guess too early, just get back to the throttle earlier or just get off the brakes and speed up a little bit more. It's not great, but it's the better of 2 mistakes. Now, that's a pretty good braking point, actually. So here, I know in pretty fast cars, once the rumble strip appears on the right, I need to bring on the brakes right away. I'm sure in this car, it's going to be quite a lot deeper. So I'm going to experiment with about halfway. Oh yeah, you can really blast through that corner. A lot of people don't take that corner well. We'll probably see that. Here, I'm not really sure how much I can push it. I wonder if that could be a full throttle corner. This definitely can't be. Then you can, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty decent. Wasn't a great lap, like 1 minute 20. It's not great, but we'll just keep on trying here. Now I've got a full run, so I'm going to have to get on the brakes a little bit earlier than I was on the first lap, because I had a full speed run here. Okay, a little bit too late to the brakes. But here I felt pretty good. The rest of my braking points will be the same. Shortly after that, I think I can brake. Yep, that's pretty good. Usually I'm braking just at this overhead structure, but I'm going to take it deeper. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now for this next hairpin, I think I can wait until the curb appears on the left. Probably a little bit deeper than that. So let's give that a shot. It's a little bit too deep. Yeah, that's not great. You want to be on the throttle earlier than that, so that was a little bit too deep. And I think I can push this braking point a little further back, so maybe after the shaded section. Well, it's not bad. I think I could do better though. Of course, you don't want to go flying off track, so that's what I'm trying to balance. Oh my gosh, look at my lead. Holy smokes. I'm over 1 kilometer ahead of this guy on a short track with only 2 laps. Yikes. Well, that's interesting. So obviously I had to wait a long time for the race to end. Gate 233, let's see what my next race will be like. I was only against 2 other people. You can see I only got 21 points. That kind of sucks. Here we go. That's better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There might have been more if there was some behind me. 6, 7. Looks like there's 7 other cars. That's great. Okay, so this should be a big points race. The Viper looks fast, but it's got bad grip and bad brakes. So this isn't going to be a question after this. It's all on me. Like, let's just see there. Okay, he left the race. 200 and something, 300. Oh my gosh. I might be lapping people this race. Well, it's only 2 laps. That'd be really funny if I actually lapped someone. Ooh, I took that very well. Okay, let's brake not quite as deep here. So a little bit further back. Take it a little bit better. I mean, that's good, but it definitely could be better. There's definitely a better way for me to take that. I think I can get a little bit more juice out of this corner here. So there you go, I'm braking deeper. Oh, that was very nice. All right, so just after this, well, I really like this track because there's nice braking indicators. Like you get these lines that are going perpendicular to the track off to the side there. And so that's really handy. Ooh, obviously I pushed those limits too far. But, hey, 118, that's not too bad. On my last race, my first lap was like 120 something. So you can see I've already made quite a massive improvement on my prior run. Let's see. Oh, this is much better. Ooh. You know, interesting thing with online multiplayer, you can actually get away with a very tiny bit of inside corner cutting and it won't penalize you. Very, very little. So they have programmed it to be a little bit generous, but not too much. Whoa! I pushed that too much. Nuts. But I pretty much have a 1.5 kilometer lead. That's crazy. That's almost a full mile for my American friends. 1.61 kilometers in a mile. I grew up with everyone telling me it was 1.6 kilometers in a mile. But if you're using proper rounding technique, it's actually closer to 1.61. Oh, nuts! Very small penalty. If you go off track wide for just a tiny bit, you don't get a penalty. But I was off track for a bit too long. I've got over a mile lead now. It's pretty huge on a short track like this. Because Bugatti's circuit, I think, is like 4.7 kilometers. Oh, massive mistake. 4 point something. It's actually on this wall. I decided I was going to be silly. Oh, I hit the wall, so I got a penalty. Do some donuts. Wait, where'd my distance indicator go? That's strange. Well, let's see what happened. Oh, disconnected? Hopefully I still get credit for that race. Oh, it sucks. So the problem is, wherever you're racing, so I'm racing from home. So there's my Wi-Fi connection. Then there's the connection to wherever headquarters are now. I mean, I don't know. Wherever the head server is for this game, I think it used to be in Australia. Maybe it's in India, or maybe it was always somewhere else. Doesn't really matter. But there's your internet connection, and then there's the server, the main server. So your signal has to go to the main server, and then it goes to the other people who are in the race, right? So that's why there's always a lag. So you might notice this. If you start last place in a race, you move through the field pretty good by the first corner. Like not to the front, but you move through the field. But yet if you start first, you seem to have a lead. So there's about I actually don't know the lag. On a lot of tracks, you need to have about a 20-meter lead at the start-finish line to actually win the race because there's a bit of lag. And so that's where that lag comes in. That your internet connection has to go to the main server, and then from there it goes to the competitors. You know, I'm probably racing people in several different countries of the world right now. And so you've got all of our independent connections have to be sent to each other. That's a lot going on, actually. It's pretty impressive. So anyway, that's why there can be some lag, but it's weird that it let me. So usually when you have an internet connection drop, you're kicked out of the race. So it didn't kick me out of the race. I must have had a little blip in my service right as I was finishing that race, and it was close enough. Huh. Very interesting. I guess we'll see what happens when this race ends. Hopefully I got credit. I was still in like 200 and something for points. So we'll just have to see when this race ends. We'll see how much credit I get, and then from that we can extrapolate roughly what I got from the other race. We're going to keep the action going. So at this point you can see I'm doing pretty good on this track. You know, I'm still doing a little bit of experimentation, but I'm getting more comfortable with my points. Then it's just a matter of doing, oh, good, I stopped it from going off track though. You can see I am really pushing it. And I'm still adjusting my race line, still adjusting my braking acceleration points. Like that one, I'm doing a lot shorter. Oh, look at that. That was really optimal. You always want to look for the drive out from the corner, like where the curb is, so you know kind of that's where you're supposed to be driving. Okay, so where am I at now points-wise? Should be getting up there. Oh, 600. Oh, I definitely got credit from that for that other race. Okay, awesome. So so every single week you start at 500 points. Do one race, even if you totally lose it, you're guaranteed 3 gold. Do no other races, you got 3 free gold that week for doing one race. Awesome. But it's not very hard to get up in the ranks. So I might be facing somebody here who's good. Let's just see. Well, no, he's in a Viper. He's not going to be a problem. But is someone behind me good? Doesn't look like it. Oh, 50. Oh, he's gaining. No, 56, 50. That could be a good player. LAM1. Sometimes I recognize teams. Like sometimes there's teams of online multiplayers. He took that corner slower than me. See what happens to the next corner. Ooh, I kind of am over braking that. I'm still adjusting my race line. Let's see what happens to the person behind me. They took it even worse. Okay, so I'm not going to have to worry about that person, I don't think, because every single corner, I'm gapping them more than they're gaining. So let's see what happens here. Looks like I didn't have a great lap, though. 105? 106? What's going on here? And I was starting near the front of that lap. Huh. Yeah, this isn't great. Oh, people are leaving their race. I get that. That actually wasn't a bad lap. It wasn't horrible. But you can see I'm starting to face players that are better. Oh, he must have had an off. Oh, no, he hit the hairpin. But looks like that person also just didn't take the hairpin very well, because I gapped them quite a lot more. Eventually, I'm going to start to face people who are good. So that's why I really need to get my skills down. It also really depends what time of day you race online multiplayer. So unfortunately for me, where I live in Canada, if I want to have a good field of people to race against, I need to be racing right about at the beginning of my working day, like 9 o'clock to noon Canadian time, which is really no such thing. We've got 6 or 7 different time zones here in Canada. But anyhow, obviously most of the people who play this game are in the Eastern Hemisphere. Like I know I've got a lot of American friends who play this game, a lot of South American friends as well. So Western Hemisphere people. It just seems like there's quite a lot more in the Eastern Hemisphere. And so sometimes if I want to have people I can race against, I've got to do that. Wow, 231 on the nose. Is that ever unusual? There we go, 111 points there. Okay, so we're back at Lime Rock, and I'm starting in the back. That means that I've got more points than everyone else here. So that's not great. I'm not going to get as much points from winning, and I have more to lose. Ooh, there's some better people here. I did a really bad job on that first corner. Oh boy, he's all over the track. Oh, nuts! I got a penalty. Oh, nuts, 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 nuts! Oh, gosh. Okay, so when you've got the most points in the field, you've got the most to lose. Whereas they've got the least to lose. Like if I win this race, I'll get double-digit points, not triple-digit. If I lose, I'm going to lose triple-digit points. It really sucks. So I really have to get going. The Viper, no problem at all. It's these other two that are going to present a problem. And I still am not confident in my race lines at this track, and even my braking acceleration points. There's all these, this is like a parabolic shaped corner a little bit. Here, I think I'm braking where I don't need to, but I'm not sure on the race line. Okay, well, I know this is full throttle. I know this next corner I can get away with a slight lift. I can't take it full throttle. Oh, that was actually pretty sweet. This is full throttle if you take it right. Take it correctly. That was correct. Okay, I'm gaining. Boy, I want to get at least second place. Really want to get... Of course I want to win. Ooh, nice, nice, nice gains. Okay, second place is looking like it is in my grasp. Take this full throttle. Oh! Okay, I know I can get at least second. I want first. Looks like to get first, I need that person to make a mistake. That is a sucky place to stick yourself, where you're depending on someone else to make a mistake rather than the race is out of my hands and that's my fault. Still, look, I'm better. I'm gaining, but that's it. My first second place finish. Oh well, under 2 minutes. And let's see what I got here. Yeah, there you go. First place got triple digits. I did not. So there you go. There's the difference. Boy, it's a lot of pressure. And I'm last place again. So again, this race is all on me. I've got everything to lose. And I would gain if I win, but the losses are really big for me. Obviously, I am not doing well on that first corner on lap 1. Doing quite badly, honestly. Oh, there we go. Some nice gains. Get myself into third. Now, this back section I do very well. We know that. It's the front section I need to improve on. Oh, you can't take that much faster than that, baby. All right, we know I'm in second place right away because there's nothing he can do about it because last corner's full throttle every single time. All right, let's see here. Oh, that's a lot better. A person in front of me, they're creeping something, still did better than I did. This has got to be a full throttle corner. Ooh, very nice, very nice, very nice. I'm gaining. Full throttle through here. Very slight lift. Okay, can I take this corner better? Let's see. Oh, I took it better. Now it's out of his hands. It's in my hands. And first place. Okay, but now corner 1. This is where, who's going to do better? Oh, way off track. Sucky, sucky. Oh, nuts. Oh, I gave up a big, that's a lot. That's a lot. Oh, he made a mistake. Okay. This is going to come down to the second last corner. Because you know this corner's full throttle. Who takes this corner better? That's what it comes down to. Oh, he made a mistake. He made a pretty big mistake there. Okay, that was tense. I got the win. Triple digits, I hope so. Ooh, look at that, way faster, 152. And let's see. No, look at that. I win and I don't get triple digits. Like I said, you've got a lot to lose and not as much to gain. Ah, there's someone behind me. Fabulous. Okay, that's great. Now, if there's someone behind me, it means that they're higher in points, which means I do have some more competition to deal with. Oh boy, I'm getting passed in corner 1. Ooh, Pedro made a mistake. All right, I can get back here. Ooh, I'm making mistakes. It's really hard when there's cars in front of you. It can be really hard to see a race line. Okay, Stefan. Let's see how good Stefan is. Stefan's looking pretty good. Oh, I took that corner so good. Okay, Stefan, I'm hunting you down, Stefan. 2 more laps to go. Stefan, what are you doing? It's a weird race line. Ooh! Oh, very nice! ME7 takes Stefan. Oh, ME7 loses as Stefan is gaining and overtakes ME7. Third place really isn't in this. Okay, Stefan, it's you and me. 1 more lap to go. Who's going to take this corner better? Because this really matters. Ooh, very equal. Stefan is a worthy opponent. And we're going to start the last lap basically head-to-head. Okay, it's ME7 versus Stefan for 1 lap. 1 lap decides it all. Oh, ME7 losing it. Stefan gets a slight lead. ME7, you need to take this one full throttle, baby. Okay, it's going to come down to the second last corner. Whoever takes that corner better will win this race. Obviously, Stefan and I are just right next to each other. Oh! I pushed it too hard. Okay, well, I'm still going to gain something, but it won't be as much as I could have gained. Let's just see there what I do gain. It's a fast race still, even with that mistake. 152. Well, I got over 900. Stefan, triple-digit gains. Okay, what do we got here? Do we have some people behind me? So this is a race that's going to have some good earnings potential. It's difficult. See, what makes corner 1 difficult is where you start. The difference between starting in first place or 8th place is actually a decent amount of track as far as your room to accelerate. Full throttle for this, I now know that. So after the second corner, I've only got 1 braking point in this car. Oh, Is Stefan in this race? I don't know. I didn't really. I'll have to see at the end. Ooh, that were beautiful. Okay, lap 1. Definitely ME7 by a long shot. Why am I speaking about myself in the third person? I guess because I'm kind of switching to being an announcer right now. Hope you don't mind. It's kind of exciting. Oh, I haven't seen Stefan. They're switching back there. Obviously, I've made some mistakes. Wow. Look at those guys. I had a bigger lead than that. All right, well, let's just see how well I can do here. As long as I don't make a big... This race is mine to lose right now. Oh, was that ever close? Ooh, I took the second last corner better, but they're still doing really good. Okay, blah, 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 blah has left the race. Okay, taking this nice and wide. A little bit of mistakes there. Not too bad, not too bad, not too bad. Ooh, you can see they gained on me, though. Corner 1, not good for me. Okay, 31. 30. This is... Oh, boy. I can lose this. I can lose this. If I don't take the second last corner really well, that's not much of a lead. Okay, good. I took it slightly better. Remember me saying before that a 20-meter lead sometimes isn't enough? Here, I probably need 21 or 22 meters to win. Check it out. 1 minute and 50.6 seconds. Much faster. What do we got? Ooh, I'm over 1,000 points. That is awesome. So that's how I went from, well, actually below 100 points to just over 1,000 points, honestly. And look at this. I moved up almost 134,000 positions. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me today. Bye-bye now.